welcome to your final skipping tutorial of the series. This is the last one about speed skipping, so this is the same tutorial for both beginners and intermediate/advanced. In terms of speed on the rope, a lot of it comes down to practice, so you just have to keep practicing. But alongside that, there is some top tips that I can give you to help you with your progression and to help speed up that progression towards getting faster. So, I don't know why I'm speaking so fast. Maybe it's because the tutorial was supposed to be about speed, I don't know. But anyway, it's not that at all. I just speak fast. Sidetracking. What we're going to do is, so the first tip is the higher you bring your legs up, the slower that you're going to go. So obviously when we speak about double unders, it's important to get high so you can get that rope around twice. But when you're looking at speed work, the higher that your legs go, the slower the rope can spin. So to give you an example, this is really going to be over the top. If I'm jumping really high, I trip up the rope, but if I'm jumping high, then I have to go slower because I have to slow the rope down than if I am jumping lower. But obviously when I'm jumping lower, I want to make sure I'm jumping high enough that I'm clearing the bar, so I'm not tripping over it like that. So small steps, you can go faster. Also keeping the shoulders relaxed. So as you start to speed up, your shoulders can start to stiffen like that, so you can start skipping like that rather than keeping relaxed. So you want to keep relaxed with the shoulders, which moving on to the next one, which I've spoken about before, is fast on the wrist. So a lot of the movement on the rope comes from flicking the wrists rather than coming from the shoulders. Because you change the length of the rope when you go from the shoulders. You want to keep it tight, compact, keep your wrists close to your body. Finally, I think this is the last point. Keep the core tight. So by that I mean when you're skipping, think that someone's going to try and push you over. Keep your core tight in position. That doesn't mean tight in your shoulders. It means keep you tight through the core, so that when you're skipping and you're going fast, you're not moving out side to side. Because if you start to lose that core stability, you're going to struggle to maintain that speed. Because if you pull your body out to the side, it's going to move your shoulders, which is then going to change everything to do with your rope swing and the wrist. So you try and keep composed, keep in the same spot. My next one, that wasn't my final point, I've got another one, I knew I had another one somewhere, is keep with a rhythm. So I always say to people to listen out for the rope hitting the floor and trying to keep that tempo, like a metronome if you're into music. But yeah, so listening out for the rhythm, and something that I do that helps me with speed skipping is listen to fast music, because obviously fast music makes me skip faster, I think. I've not done any research on that, but I think it seems to be the case. So keeping a rhythm. So I'm going to show you some of these points now. So I'm going to do some speed skipping. I probably will end up tripping the rope, but it happens. So obviously, the higher that I go, the slower that I can go. Whereas if I keep the rope like that and I'm spinning with my wrists, see how I'm hardly moving as well? I'm not moving all over the place. If you looked at that, you notice that I'm staying in position. And if everything else is consistent, from the top up, from the shoulders to the wrists, to the legs, to the core, if everything's consistent, the rope will swing the same, the feet hit the ground at the same time, and you maintain that speed. And then what you can do is start to do some crisscrossing like we've done in the previous, do some running man like that, and just get some speed on the rope. If you noticed, whatever my feet were doing, I was keeping the same rhythm, able to keep the same pace, because I'm not throwing myself all over the place, keeping calm and composed, and using a lot of flicking of the wrist to get that rope around as fast as I can. Common mistakes. So common mistake when people try and speed skip is they go absolutely manic. So they're like trying to go manic, the core, they lose the core, I just spat. They lose the core and then they end up tripping the rope. Also, if they go manic as well and you're thinking fast, 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 it tends to be the feet that they think about. So try and go as fast as they can here, but they're not flicking the rope enough with the wrists. So obviously, if you're losing the rope flick, you can't get the rope to be able to turn round as fast. So then you're not going to be able to get speed on it. Because whatever, even if you're like, they work in, what's the word? In harmony, let's go with that. They work in harmony, your upper body and your lower body. If your wrists are rope's going fast but your feet aren't, then you're gonna trip the rope. If your feet are going fast but your arms aren't, your wrists aren't, then you're gonna trip the rope. So you have to try and think about it in harmony, going as fast as you can, practice it, send your videos in, and enjoy. But yeah, there will be times when you trip up the rope. Don't see that as a failure, don't get too angry about it. I mean, it is annoying. I can relate to that. I sometimes trip the rope. But it's part of skipping, and just persevere with it, keep practicing, and then you'll get there in terms of the speed. So enjoy and keep sending the videos. Thank you for watching.